to the Chanter Rant Podcast, the world's worst bagpiping podcast. Maturity.
There's this kind of like big shot mentality. Like it's so easy to like feel like you're like this big player.
Class.
I feel like our show does a pretty good job of letting everyone know that, by the way, no one gives a fuck.
Introspection.
There's not enough humility in the system. And our show is nothing but humility.
Reality checks.
I would not say that.
You don't think so?
You are anything but humble, son.
Rebuttals.
I'm not talking about being humble. I'm talking about having humility. Like when you fucking suck and you fuck up and you're awful, you own it.
Welcome to the Piper's Dojo, the Chanter Rant Podcast.
This episode of the Chanter Rant Podcast is brought to you by MacLellan Bagpipes, proudly made in North America by artesian bagpipe maker Roddy MacLellan from Eust, Scotland. At MacLellan Bagpipes, they don't strive to be the biggest, fastest, or the cheapest. They do, however, meticulously craft a small number of the best-sounding and most beautiful-looking bagpipes in the world since their beginning in 1988. Over the years, MacLellan Bagpipes has established a solid reputation for rich, warm, and stable tone, created with incredible craftsmanship and instruments of heirloom quality and unparalleled beauty. Head to BespokeBagpipes.com to learn more about their innovations like the new Elevation Chanter, which features a lower-pitched richness inspired by the classic top hand of older chanters and sustainable solutions like the Revolt Bagpipe, a Delrin instrument featuring bores lined with a cellulose polymer sleeve giving you the structural benefits of a Delrin instrument while maintaining a refined wood-like sound. Check out MacLellan Bagpipes' diverse line of instruments and learn more about their restoration work on vintage bagpipes by visiting their website at BespokeBagpipes.com. MacLellan Bagpipes, born in Scotland, made in the USA. That just sounds like you spitting into a chanter over and over and over.
That is what I was doing. It was like I was spitting on a clit. Or, a female's very respectable body parts.
It's still called a clit. Like you can, it's not like anti-feminist to call it.
I don't want to get canceled. We total line it. We're barely over.
Fusco, you'll get not canceled just for knowing what a clit is.
Yeah, no, most men don't know, right?
Yeah. So if you know where it is and you know that it's in the butt, then you're good. Hello, everyone. My name is Josh. Welcome to the Chanter Rant Podcast. With me, as always, is my always surprising, and by surprising I mean surprising me with a music bit he wants to do 5 seconds before the show starts.
It hit me 5 seconds before. I was like, let's do this.
Andy Fusco.
Passchendaele, that is I.
If you didn't know, I'm here to let you know that this will have some salty language. You have 5 seconds to listen to something else. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck. Listeners can review the show on iTunes. Wait, should we see how fast I can get through the intro on this one?
Yes, go.
Listeners can review the show on iTunes, Podbean, etc. You can send us emails and voicemails. We play it on air. Call in at 702-483-7762. Like it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you're Australian, Snapchat. Check out the Chanter Rant store at chanterrant.com. This episode brought to you by our patrons, those who signed up at patreon.com/chanterrant now offering annual membership for 10% off. Last but not least, invite to share with your friends. Fusco, wide open.
Jesus Christ, I just did last week's. Oh my God. All right, is it really?
It is. Yeah, it's 179. You definitely didn't do last week's.
Hey, Josh, you know what really sticks a guitar chord in my a C flat major and my D sharp concerto?
No, Fusco, what's that?
When the whole point of your show is to bitch and complain, and then people complain to you all month about you bitching and complaining. Like, hey guys, stop bitching and complaining. Like
people telling us to stop bitching and complaining.
Correct. Well,
yeah.
Me specifically, okay. But us, the royal,
the collective, the royal we. Yes, King Fusco and his master of stool.
It's like, guys, is it really all that bad? Yes, it is.
Well, I feel like
We're
people...
going to be more positive today, except for
Today's-
one little number. But
Today's
other
a
than that-
positive day.
Today's positive day.
Today is just like Fusco's HIV. Positive.
It's positive plus. I don't know if that's possible, but I got it.
HPV plus.
I've got the version that will live through nuclear holocaust.
Yes. The only
Been tested, well tested, it's well
the only
spread,
thing-
and come back to me.
The only thing after the bombs go off, crawling through the wasteland, aside from the roaches, will be Fusco's severed penis, just burned off at the stem, but still alive somehow.
It was brought to life by the HPV or the herpetogonosyphilates.
Herpetogonosyphilates.
And it was detached from my body and then just goes on to live and create a new society.
wander the wastelands. Only to be found by a slightly burned Josh Kecker and say, "Oh, Slinky, is that you?
Can't wait till my girlfriline hears this episode.
You have a girlfriend?"
I don't, but I just
okay.
thought I'd scare all the women that I'm dating. Like I just thought I'd scare them all real quick.
Make one of them think. You'll start being like, "Man, my wife is not gonna like this," and then all the girls like pining, just being, "My wife."
Exactly. Or all the ones I'm dating, like, wait, he didn't marry me, so what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? I just had sex with him 2 days ago. What the fuck is he talking about? A girlfriend?
So did a few others. That's okay. Just go with it.
The royal girlfriend.
Yes.
Covers.
the royal girlfriend.
Speaking of which, life checks, man. How you been?
Things have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm being more positive these days.
Is it just because you're staying like at least a 6 out of 10 drunk like most of the time? That's been my trick for like 20 years.
You know, they say, I don't know, when you go sober, like after the initial hell of like the first, I don't know, couple weeks or whatever
After you get over your DTs.
yeah, after that, like things actually get better. Like I don't know, I don't know if I've gone that long. I've done the occasional 30 days, but it's very occasional.
Yeah, I think my longest stretch was probably between the ages of 1 and 9.
Exactly.
No, I did like 3 or 4 months not that long ago. It must have been like 2018. It was like January to like March, I think. I think I went from like somewhere. I think I went from somewhere around Christmas to like St. Patrick's Day, and I knew on St. Patrick's Day I was gonna like have a couple beers.
Yeah, there's no way out of that one.
Yeah, but I didn't get trashed. You know, I feel like.
Yeah. When I plan, if I do that, I've done it maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I always plan it around because there's so many goddamn holidays that we got to prepare for. Like everybody drinks on Christmas, and then if we're gonna play a Burns night, you're gonna have to drink to get through that fucking nonsense. And then there's St. Patrick's Day, of course, and I mean that's hell, so you might as well be drinking. And then there's Cinco de Mayo. I mean, you gotta do that. And then there's
is that a big one for you, Cinco de Mayo? Big bagpiping holiday.
Big one for me. And then there's Juneteenth. I mean, you got to drink.
Gotta drink on that just to forget.
Then there's Gay Pride Month. I'm drinking on that. I mean, there's so many holidays.
Well, you got to drink on that because it lowers your inhibitions, and increases your chances of getting laid.
Yeah, that's why Brad feeds me all those drinks. He's like, "Hey, it's let's
loosen up."
He's like, "Let's make Fusco gay. Let's drink until you're gay." That's the song we're gonna sing today. Drink until
you're gay. Drink until you're gay. If you're Andy Fusco, it won't even take all day. Just.
Oh Jesus!
And that's the sound of us getting
canceled.
Getting canceled. Yes.
Cancel us, please, for the love of God.
Release us. We've been in this room
for years. We'll talk about cancel culture later. I have a bit on that.
Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, life check for me. Not that you asked, but I'm doing good. I'm busy.
Yeah,
I'm a busy guy.
Yeah, we're all busy, right?
Yeah, working on some fun projects, working on some less fun projects. I'm wrapping my head around the fact that I got to spend 3 days at a Ren Fair, which we'll probably talk about later at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's on the list.
Organizing the athletics event, organizing the Highland Games, trying to keep food on the table for Madalgos. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, it is exciting times because for me, this is pure existential angst. It's how much can I distract myself from the black hole that is existence? So I just keep myself very busy.
I think most creative projects and their success can be directly tied to the one person who is trying to distract themselves from the banality of existence, right. And so they just,
because it's so soul crushing.
I get people all the time like, "Man, Josh, why do you throw yourself into all these projects?" I'm like, Because what else would I do? Go postal? What?
There's nothing after this, and none of this has any meaning, so I have to keep myself busy so I don't think about it.
Yeah, I mean, the new Battlefield's not out yet. Ammo is expensive, so I figured I'd just make sweeping changes to a few organizations and have them succeed wildly. And I'm never going to get credit for any of it. That's okay. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I've got 2 months until Halo Infinite comes out, so
there you go.
It's going to be dark times because I'm pretty bored. So.
Yeah, no, that'll be. I'm glad we can squat up on some Halo. We haven't done that since the old days.
Since Halo 5, 5 years ago or some shit.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, yeah, so we're doing well.
We're doing okay.
Except for when we're not, which we'll get into.
Yeah, precisely. But real quick, on the theme of positivity.
Oh boy.
Both HIV and otherwise. We got an email from our good friend Ian, and I like this email because I thought it was a good start to the show, liven things up. A bright. We've been down a dark hole 4 episodes in a row of how much everything sucks. Mm-hmm. So here's a great story from Ian. He says, "Howdy fuckers," which is one of the nicer ways people address us. The story and recordings from the funeral a few weeks back, it's just all too common. But keep your heads up. There's good piping out there, and when people hear it, it can change their minds about bagpipes. A story, : When my now wife, I almost read that in a different way because my eyes are a little blurry right now. When my now, I lost a contact earlier. It's no big deal. Gotcha. When my now wife and I were planning our wedding, we met with the organist / music director at the church where we were going to get hitched. I know him a bit, and he is a knowledgeable classical musician. When we get to the part where we plan to have a piper, and he literally gasped, saying, "Are you sure? Oh, that's the part in the beginning where you're waiting for them to start is just..." And then he trailed off into the corner to diddle an altar boy. No, I'm sorry, that's not in the email.
Different, it's not.
Yeah. Probably seeing our faces, this might be the time to mention that my wife and I met while playing in a grade 1 band, and one of our bandmates at the time, and a dear friend to this day, had agreed to play at our wedding. I genuinely think I had to keep my soon-to-be wife from lunging at him. I just assured him that our guy would be better than he was used to. On the day of the wedding, our friend showed up and started warming up. After about 30 seconds, the organist came running over, breathlessly apologizing for ever having doubted us and begging us for our friend's number if he ever needed a piper again. So, there's hope. Even Bear thinks there's hope. Even if they have preconceived notions from so many shitty past performances, people who hear good piping can still be saved. Optimistically for now, Ian. You ever been in a situation like that, Fusco? He asked, knowing full well that this would get him on a tangent.
I have, as a matter of fact. Many times. I've probably told the stories many times. But yes, I absolutely agree with Ian. Good piping can change someone's opinion. But the statistics are not in our favor.
Well, especially not like here.
But that doesn't. But that even us, but even everywhere, really. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's fair. But that means you too can change your life. Have to change your life.
Don't play shitty bagpipes.
Just set it up right. Good maintenance and nice tone, and you too can change somebody's opinion.
A simple tune played well.
Yeah. So I agree with Ian wholeheartedly. I say that's the mission of all pipers, is to make people think better of us, not worse.
Well, and I would also say that start thinking of there's a difference between a bagpiper and we've talked about this before, a bagpiper and a musician, right? Like, you should aspire to be both. So we talked about this when I was telling my story about the organist, and it's like, we can collaborate and communicate and things like that. Being a good bagpiper is not necessarily enough. If you want to get to that next level, you have to be a good musician all around.
Yeah.
To where you can improvise and fix and collaborate without being a cunt and not be so set in your ways that bad things happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing if you don't have the knowledge, that's fair, but it's like, please go seek the knowledge.
Seek the knowledge.
Keep learning.
Not having the knowledge is, in my opinion, not having music theory knowledge is more of a reflection on you as a student than on whoever your teacher is, right? Because 10 times out of 10, most people will be like, oh, you want to sit down and get deep on this? Let's fucking get deep.
Right.
That's when the whiskey bottle pops, and it's like, all right, we're talking theory.
Yeah, and there's plenty of websites out there that talk theory that you can join or
Fucking YouTube University, man. Worst case scenario, you can, chainrant.com/SoundCloud.
Yeah, there's that too. And
there's plenty of theory stuff on the site, a deceptive amount.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff in the immersion section of the dojo site, but also like YouTube is great stuff. Of course, there's always the risk of YouTube, but which we know. But there's all kinds of like really good music theory teaching classes, if you will, on YouTube or wherever. But just try it. Don't be afraid of it. Yes, it's like learning a language. Sometimes it's a bit hard.
Sometimes
going,
you
man.
may ask, where is the penis, instead of asking, where is the bathroom? That's going to happen. The person next to you is going to laugh, and then you just start over, and you get it right.
Yeah, you just keep going. And in the end,
in the end, where is the penis? Is it in the butt, where the clitoris is?
I hope so. That's where mine can usually
That's
be
where
found.
yours usually be found.
So anyway, I'm going to leave that one there.
All right, so we did get another email.
Oh, no.
This is from Ben. Ben says, I ran into #FU Joe Brady at the Scotland County Games this weekend. It was a gorgeous day to have the largest contest in North America since the pandemic began. What's going on out west? The largest contest since the pandemic began in April. Congratulations to Waken District for winning the Grade 3 contest and Chattanooga for winning Grade 4. The Atlanta Pipe Band went second in both the Grade 3 and 4 contests. My apologies for not having the other results. Well, it's not the Big Rab Show, so we don't care. Slanja, Ben sent us a photo, which we will post to social.
Oh, that's right. I saw that, yeah.
With or without his consent, because he sent it to us, so there's tacit consent there.
Unless you say no, we're going to use it.
Unless you explicitly say no, we're going to use it. So that'll be on our social channels, at Chainerant. Ben, if you want to be tagged in it, I got to get your socials, man. So send them to me, chainerant@gmail.com.
But also, you're welcome to post to our stuff and with the hashtag #FU Joe Brady. Joe Brady is the one you want to look for. If you're at a games, he's the one you want to get your picture with and tag us in it, or and share with everybody. He's like the Where's Waldo. That's the game. That's
especially in America. I would say like overseas it'd be like maybe Rad.
It's got to be Rad, yeah, for sure. But here it's Joe Brady.
Also, we may not post it unless I superimpose Chainerant gear on what they were wearing, because they were, I'm not gonna just shamelessly promote others. Come on, like we have a business to run.
Joe does enough of that.
Yeah. But cheers, Ben. Thanks for the email. Alrighty then. Before we get into some of these other emails, and as everyone always wants, the long-awaited most recent voicemail from Fast Eddie.
Oh yeah, we should tease that one. Like, you're gonna have to wait on this.
You
have
to wait.
Fast Eddie is back, people.
I wanted to get into quick. We've already plugged Patreon at the beginning of the show, so I can cross that guy off the list. I want to get into a quick story time, because this just occurred, I believe, today. We talked a lot about like different levels of involvement, service pipers versus like more the mentality we take. Like we take a grade 4 band with a grade 2 mentality. We used to say grade 1 mentality, but I'd say now
hasn't worked out.
Now we're like a grade 5 band with a grade 3 mentality.
Right, exactly.
But we have
or a grade 5 band with a grade 6 mentality.
Yeah, exactly. So those of you who've been following the show know that we kind of had a trilogy of shitting on service bands, and part of that story was a bit of a blow up between the cops and fire guys.
Sure.
And so we picked up a couple of fire guys.
We did
for a few practices, I would say. Yeah, nothing too crazy.
Month
they're dipping their toe in the water, just to kind of see the culture and see if they're interested.
They want to do something. There was a brouhaha. So they came to us. I guess I don't know how I should feel about that, but okay, whatever. And then this happened. Yeah,
so we were messaged today, you and I both, and I didn't respond because I thought it was more your place to respond.
Right, that's fine.
But we were messaged by one of these guys who he basically told us, he's like, hey, I really appreciate what you guys are doing, and I appreciate the quality of the band. I don't think that I can put the time in to, be in the circle with you guys, so I'm going to, bow out. And I thought that was a class fucking act, in my personal opinion.
I absolutely agree. How refreshing was it that somebody was honest, knew their limitations, and lived by those limitations.
Not only honest
and
about
didn't waste my time.
Not only honest
much.
about their own ability, but because I mean, you know, and this
honest to us. Like I get lied to constantly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got that. Yeah, I'll have it for next time.
Oh, I've got something there. Yeah, but like honest about like not only like their own ability, because we still have a parade band too. So you'd be like, yeah, like you could fucking play parades with us like anytime.
Yeah, you don't have to compete to be in our band.
Anytime you want to play parades with us, like you're fucking welcome. Like if you can pass your auditions and all that stuff, like you're golden. But I think that one of the things that struck me about this was it was a person who took a look at the amount of investment they wanted to put into the instrument in the band and was like, you know, respectfully, I don't have this kind of time to do this. Like
time, dedication, whatever it is.
It is, you know, it's like no is my second favorite answer, right? So it's always like, hey, if you can't do it, that's cool, man. Like don't, you know, you're always welcome to hang out with us, always. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was a class fucking act. And so shout out to this unnamed individual for just being like, hey, maybe I can come back at it later, maybe not. But right now I can't commit to what the level I would want to be playing with you guys, which is fairly fucking low level, mind you. But still.
But what's interesting, well, I mean, this is a complete sidebar, but everybody's perspective is different, and from where they are, like we look like maybe a mountain to climb when it's so not.
It's just barely a hill,
but
we're a speed bump to climb.
But to them, I get it. It's like I don't have that kind of commitment in me, or maybe the time of life, or whatever it is, you know. Or I don't mean literal time on your hands, but like if you're a retiree versus a younger person, or
you might want to spend your time going on trips instead of
and that's
hitting band
okay.
practice.
Yeah, you earned it. You did your thing, man. But this requires a certain thing, right? And what was also, I think, important about that is that we were pretty honest with him about it up front. Like him and I just had a discussion on whenever our last practice was about like, hey, I'm going to be gone for a little bit. I'm like, well, here's the expectations. This is what it takes to be in a band. Like you don't have to compete by any means, but you still have to be here 3 out of 4 weeks a month. You still have to participate, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, yeah, no problem. And then I think he went home and thought about it, and then that's where this came from, which is completely fair. Everybody was honest with each other about what we wanted out of this thing, right? Yeah.
No, I thought it was a class move, because like most people that can't meet and the very, very basic requirements that we set forth, like they just ghost.
They ghost, or they just keep coming and don't do anything,
or they come like every 6 months once, and it's like, what you don't know what the fuck's going on, like what?
Yeah, the people that are in and out, like what in the holy hell?
Now, to pivot from this, we also had an interesting experience, and well, you get this shit all the time because you teach a lot more than I do.
What's that?
Of like people telling you, well, I did this and this and this, and it's just like, well, no, I guarantee you didn't.
Yeah, so
we had an instance. we had an instance at our most recent practice.
So there's the concept of personal accountability. I was making a point of accountability in this case, and I've gotten yelled at it for a couple different times now. I've gotten like Tuesday. I got read the riot act about me giving somebody a hard time about the fact if you were there, you would have lost your mind about somebody forgetting their instrument, and I was trying to be funny about it. I was busting chops more than anything. But
it's also like, how do you forget your instrument to band?
That's exactly what I said. I was making a point of like, oh, I'm going to band. What's the one thing that I need?
It's like, do you have shoes on? Do you have your fucking underpants on?
Yeah, you wear clothes and you bring your instrument.
Do you have your phone?
You can forget your music.
Yeah, if you forget your music, you can borrow someone else's. That's not a problem.
Yeah. But we can't borrow whatever the instrument is, right? So I was read the riot act for making that point. And then this other time was... So a week or two ago, I don't remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, somebody said, I can't be to practice. I had sent out a new set for the concert, but I'll be all over it. I'll have it for next time, whatever. I was well aware this was never going to happen, but I'm like, okay, fine, you can't be here, whatever. I'll see you when you can get here. Benefit
of the doubt as well, you know? Like,
yeah, sure. I mean, people surprise you, never know.
Like,
but
what are you going to do? Be like, no, you fucking won't. Then they definitely won't.
Right, exactly. I mean, what else are you going to do, right? So... so we get there, we kind of like, we play the easy stuff, and as we go to later in the night, we whittle down to like the stuff that's more concert related and harder stuff, medley and this new slow air hornpipe thing, which is stuff that we've played in the past. The slow air we haven't.
The slow air is new, but that hornpipe has been played by everyone that was playing it that night.
Correct. So, and this person played about 3 notes of the hornpipe and then stopped, and then we were like, well, okay, what do you know? Like, play it for me. And I knew this was going to happen. But I'm like, play it for me. And this person was like, I said, well, you told me you were going to do it. And this person said, I did. Like, well, go ahead and play it for me. And then they said, don't put me in this position. Like, this is why we're here.
That's what rehearsal is.
This is what we're doing.
Put in that position.
Yeah. And I'm like, you don't have to play it as fast as I would. Play it 40 beats per minute. Play it half the speed that I was playing at. I don't care what you play. Just show me that you've done something.
Show me that you know the notes in the correct sequence.
Struck up. Could not. Like, we're talking like super slow for a hornpipe, right? It was like this person's never seen it before.
Well, it was a sight read.
Yeah, they were sight reading.
That was the thing. That was because you went to go talk to someone else.
Well, I walked away for a second because somebody grabbed my attention, but you continued.
I was talking to her, and I was like,
you were talking to this person.
I was talking to this person. I don't know how they identify.
That's true.
But I was talking to that person, and I was like, dude, like, just play. I mean, play it 40 beats per minute with all the notes and grace notes in the correct order. Start there.
Start somewhere.
But I'm sitting there, I'm like, you're trying to sight read this shit that you haven't worked on. I can tell.
And you're lying to my face, telling me. Now, here's the thing that gets me. This is where it gets
probably what pissed you off.
This is what gets me hot. And not in this particular case, but it's happened 1,000 times. It's like you put somebody on the spot because they told you what they were going to do. You're asking for accountability. They can't do it, and they cannot admit to it. They're just going to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
or
I'm
they're
the bad
say,
guy
or they're
for
asking
asking you to do what you said you were going to do.
Yeah, like I'm not comfortable being put in this position, so I shouldn't have to do the thing I said that I was going to do. And it's like, no, like you're going to fuck up in front of people right now. Like this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because the only way to like drill into your brain, I don't want to be that person again,
is to put you in that bad spot.
Is to fuck up in front of folks.
Hopefully, but it never works because I've done this a million times, and people still don't go home.
No,
and
then it's you being mean, right?
I get an email that I was mean. Jeremy calls me, say, "Hey, I heard from this person that you were I'm like, I'm just asking for some accountability here. I've realized, like, once and this is this is true of the government currently, which is the state of the United States at this point. But once the monkeys realize that they outnumber the people in charge, like, shit's gonna hit the fan. And we're gonna get into a story where people are starting to push me because they know that there's more of them than there is me, and what am I gonna do about it?
They
could just go home.
Yeah, fuck them.
And yes, that's true, but let's not go down that road yet. So, but they know that I'm willing to put up with a certain amount because I just need people in the band, and they've gotten to that point where they think they realize that. Thus, the monkeys are starting to realize what the cage is and that it doesn't exist.
Well,
right?
You got the animals running the zoo.
Correct. So now I'm starting to think, like, people have been telling me, like, I need to read in the riot act. We're going to cancel the fucking concert. We're going to do this, that. Like, they need to know this. I'm like, I could tell them that, and they're going to say I'm being mean because this is the state that we've come to. That there's no personal responsibility or
yeah, but you know this.
It's on you to learn this.
You know the solution for what happens when the animals overrun the zoo. You burn down the zoo.
You shoot them all.
Like,
I know, and that's what I was talking about last week. Is do we burn this motherfucker down?
No, but I think that it wouldn't be the first time there was a purge.
But do you lose the power? And that's like somebody said to me. This person said to me, like, and this I went fucking red. And this was over text message. But one of these people said to me, like, this is why everybody's leaving your band because you're blah, 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 like this. And responding to something that happened on Tuesday. I'm like...
It's like, no, people are leaving the band.
Motherfucker.
People are leaving the band because
I'm asking them to be fucking responsible.
You're asking them to be
accountable.
Decent grade 4 player.
I'm asking them to do some homework. Like, what the fuck? Dude, when I came in, I lost my shit.
Where do you think truancy laws came from?
I don't know what that means, but...
that means, like, laws that mean you have to go to school, right?
Oh, okay.
Because nobody's going to go of their own accord.
Yeah, if you want an educated population that's going to help the society grow, you kind of sometimes have to make some fucking rules. And if you don't all want to die of a fucking disease, sometimes you got to make some goddamn rules.
We'll get to that.
But anyway,
speaking of cults,
I swear, like, this is where sometimes you need a change in power, where somebody comes in and just drops the hammer on people. Because people have lost all respect. They have no care what I think.
But I thought you were that change in power.
I was back then.
The idea?
I was back then, and it worked for a while. But now it's like, I think I don't know, maybe it's part societal change, but I think it's just like when you get comfortable, it's like with your family. You know how, like, when you're with your family, you're way more honest and kind of more of a dick generally than with, like, strangers where you're a little more polite, right? It's It's a little bit like that. They're a little too comfortable with me. And we're going to get in the story with Fuckface in a bit. But this happened with our new tenor drummer too, where she got a little too comfortable with me, a little too quick. Like, no. I cut that off quick. Like, you don't talk to me this way. I pulled her aside. Like, you don't talk to me like this. Like, I don't care. Like, in regular life, we're at the bar, we can bust balls. But when we're here, you do not talk to me.
I feel like that's a thing that people don't realize too, where it's like, dude, if you want to fucking take the piss,
do it in a proper situation.
Do it outside of 2 hours once a week.
Right. Like, circle discipline is a thing, or it should be.
Yeah, like circle discipline and rehearsal discipline is a thing. Because, like, I don't give a fuck. One of the things I love about the pipe band community is I got people taking fucking shits on me all the time outside of stuff. I'm like, bitch, you in the circle?
Doesn't work that way.
That's when it's just like, lock it down, fucking shut up, show up, play.
Right.
For you only have to do that for 120 minutes once a week.
Now, here's something I learned, and this is interesting. Let's take this tenor, for example. Because, like, as soon as she came to the band, we started inviting her out to the bar. She was a nice girl, having fun with us.
Yeah,
whatever.
we're trying to immerse this person in, like, pipe band culture and, like, the fun part. Because we talk a lot about how one of the retention strategies is get people to do the fun stuff, not just all the strict practice stuff.
Correct. Yeah, and it's nice to hang out. Like Fireman Bill comes out when he can. He comes to a bar every once in a while, whatever. And some people do. Jeremy will. Most people don't.
The people that did the fucking halfway to St. Patty's thing were hanging out at the LVCS tent all fucking day.
Right,
just
exactly.
shooting the shit.
Yeah. So anyway, what happened was with this tenor is it was like we showed up to one practice and she was yelling at me down the hall, "Let's go, bitch, open the door." She like said something like that, and I was like, fucking hell, you do not talk to me that way. Like, and I pulled her aside. I read her the riot act. Like, listen, we're in band. This is fucking sacred to me. Like, you don't talk to me like that.
No. We're in business.
And she
mode.
Immediately like changed her way. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
We're
blah, blah,
we're
blah,
in
blah,
business
blah."
mode.
So what I learned from that, and the reason I bring this up is, like, it was important for me to lay that line down, which a lot of times I don't. I just kind of let things slide very often.
Okay.
And with her, I didn't, because granted, she hit me so hard over the head with this fucking thing that she did that I had no choice.
Yeah.
But like when we get in the fuckface story, it's like, and the same thing happened again. But a lot of times I don't do that. Like, I just kind of like, oh, I can't be there last minute. I'm like I'm so dumbfounded. I don't even know what to do. Like, if somebody bails on a gig last minute, like, what am I going to do?
I also think that, like, you're coming into your own a little more personality-wise, because, you know, we've talked about it before on the show, where you're fairly introverted dude.
Correct.
So laying down the fucking law doesn't come naturally to you.
Not even close. It's very difficult for me to do.
Yeah. So I think you're getting better at it, obviously, and I do.
But it shouldn't have to get to that point. And this is on me. This is my own personal problem. Is that, like, I let things build until it comes to a head and then I lose and I explode. Right. And that's like every white guy ever.
This is why
every older white guy ever. But
you would have,
we hold it inside.
You would have some trouble, and this is gonna sound demeaning to my fellow like bandmates, but this is fair in like any. I just realized you have a bandage on. This is fair in any like corporate situation, any kind of situation, like volunteer situation. This all tracks the same way. Like, the thing for me that I always look at it is like raise a lot of dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Some better, some not as well as far as my ability to do it. The only trick that I found that is consistent is being dispassionate when dispensing justice.
Okay.
So, like,
not making it personal.
I'm not putting you down on the ground for jumping on the table because I'm mad at you. Right. It's course correction.
Right. I got you.
So the way that I often look at it is it's course correction. You can't, and it's hard to do because sometimes you get really fucking pissed off, right?
Oh yeah.
And so it's like,
but that's the thing. Like, I hate emotion. And I hate feeling the next day when I've lost my emotion and having to deal with that after the fact.
It's hard to control that. Like, and like sometimes you can be mad and you can still be like not angry, right? You can be like, all right, I'm mad about this, but I'm just gonna do the same thing I would have done in any situation presented with this person treating me this way.
Right.
And that's a trick that is really hard, and I still fuck it up plenty of times. I've blown up on people. Like, it just happens. I threatened to slit people's throats on the fucking stage of the concert before. Like, it's a famous story, apparently.
That's a thing. That is a thing.
But, that's like, I find animals are great training for that kind of stuff, even though that makes it seem like I don't view the humans that I work with regularly as more than that. I definitely do, because they have entire complex 3-dimensional lives and emotions. Mm-hmm. The way that I get out of like letting shit slide and then suddenly exploding on someone out of nowhere is making sure that like I know what the little box is that we're going to be in, depending on which relationship it is. Could be professional, could be personal, could be volunteer. And I just treat all the corners the same. And it's as soon as you hit the corner, all right, well, here is an appropriate response to that. Instead of being like, well, I'll let it slide this time. I'll let it slide. Okay, I've let it slide 3 times. Now I want to punch you in the fucking teeth. Like, that's when you get to the points where I don't think it's quite as productive.
It's not at all productive. No, that's when it's gone too far.
But it's also
because not you, a person has avoided dealing with it sooner.
Well, and this is going back to the dog analogy, right? Like the only way you get away with it's small crimes get treated the same as big crimes, and they get treated the exact same way no matter what mood I'm in, constantly. And the only way that you get through that with like training an animal is fucking patience, right? Because I could have a shit day and someone jumps on the couch and I tell them to get down and they don't, and I can't like throw them through the window because they
right.
jumped on the couch.
Yeah, it can't be worse than it always is.
The punishment has to always be the same, right? Because that's how you build that kind of rapport. And I think it's, in interpersonal relationships, you get to that same point where it's like, hey, like here's where the boundaries are. And I try to be really vocal with people when they're hitting those boundaries, and I'm just like, hey, like, nope, like small crimes have smaller punishments, but I'm still gonna fucking flag you on that shit. Like, I can't just let it go, and then later on, somebody drops a plate at a barbecue and I like rip their head off. Like, there's just no way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you also have to get used. I mean, I don't feel like you've had a lot of problems in the past with asserting yourself in certain situations. You have to get more comfortable doing it and making sure that you do it often enough to where, like, the first time you do it, it's not 7 years of asserting yourself packed into one hit.
Right, I know what you mean. Yeah, but and I think about this all the time.
You've been charging that blaster for 2 years.
I've been thinking about this.
Shoot that one into the air, and then
right. But like the thing is, like it feels like, and I might be wrong because when you're inside of it, you don't have perspective, right?
That's fair.
So I feel like all I ever do, the only things I ever say is coming down on people. I think it's fair criticism, but it also feels like it's all the fucking time, right? And so, granted, there's such wild disappointments that it's not unwarranted, but if it's like the messages become numb because you know what it's gonna be. But people also there's no repercussion because if people have been here a long time, they know what am I gonna do about it? Like play or what?
There's
nothing.
I think that granted we weren't as couth about this in prior conversations about the psychology of the group that we work with.
Right.
I think that there really are no real world repercussions.
There's really nothing you can do in the
No, that's not true. Like there are no real world repercussions for consistent failure, right? So it's what am I going to do? I'm going to not practice. I'm going to show up to practice. I'm going to get yelled at for not practicing before I show up to practice. Why would I even go to practice at that point? I already know the outcome. And people get into that mentality. I know because I've seen it many, many fucking times. When you get into that level of like self-doubt and whatever, it's like, okay, cool. Like you're out. Like if it was a sports team and you had a person who showed up to every practice, let's say a professional sports team, you had a person who showed up to every practice not having done what they were supposed to do to be prepared to do what they have to do, and they were just okay with it because they know all they're going to get is chewed out. Mm-hmm. Or they just stop showing up because they know, why even go? I'm just going to get chewed out for not doing my homework. Then it just becomes like, okay, then you're fired. Like, bye.
That's true.
Somebody else will take your spot. And eventually,
isn't that the balance though? Like,
I don't think so.
People can lose their job, but we don't have ability to replace them. Like a grade 1 band does. We don't.
Yeah, but what's you're talking about the animals running the zoo, man.
I know that's ultimately the problem. Which is going to correct itself post concert.
you have to be willing to shoot the animals.
Yes, I know. I know.
How it goes.
And that's going to post concert once we get our biggest fundraiser of the year out of the way, assuming that we can pull it off, which we will. Then the nuclear codes will be entered into the system because I don't know what else to do.
It's not even nuclear, man, because it's not going to be dispassionate. Like, it's natural selection is going to select, and some people will go and come back, and some people won't, and that's cool, man. But anybody who listens to this podcast, I'm like, fuck you, I'm not playing your concert, especially if I have to wear a mask. But by the time this comes out, concert
it'll be done. Yeah, it'll be long past that.
On a brighter note,
yeah, we've gone on. We aren't even through that.
Oh, and it's definitely not even the end of this. But on a brighter note, we do have an voicemail from everyone's favorite, Fast Eddie.
He's back, people.
Talking about what apparently is the cult of Andrew
Douglas,
or whatever he calls him.
I think it's just his accent. I don't know. Douglas. Is it offensive for us to imitate his voice?
Probably, but I don't care.
Yeah. Please cancel us.
It's not even that. It's just like, I make fun of everyone equally.
Yes.
Yes, sir. How you all doing at the Chanarant? This is Fast Eddie from South Carolina. Listen, boys, I wanted to give you and all your listeners, especially you, Andrew, a warning about this piping cult. Now, I've been receiving emails and seeing different videos and suggestions and books, and I think that Andrew Duddits is now forming himself a cult, and he has his sidekick Carl being he's like the John Travolta or the Tom Cruise of the cult, and
Tom Cruise.
Andrew Duddits is that L. Ron Hubbard character.
Oh, I see.
Anyways, seems to me they run that place almost like a cult. I did the 30-day spin with $1 down, not to suck less, and believe me, the place is good, but listening to their suggestions, to me, it was very cultish. It's this way or no way. And what Andrew Duddit says, you better do. You're going to find your ass out on the street. Mm-hmm. Well, I just wanted to give you and all your listeners a warning on this cult. I'm just waiting for the DEA to show up one day and wherever he is in New York and raid the place. Find out there's pipers that are scrubbing the floor and washing dishes for Andrew. That's all, boys. Fast Eddie signing out. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
Is it a little culty?
There's a little bit of cultishness to it, but then there's a cultishness to all piping instructors. Like Jack Lee has his cult. Bruce Gandy absolutely has his cult.
He recently reached out to me about SFU at Vegas. I haven't read the email, though, but...
Did you tell him, there's no way that's going to happen ever again?
I haven't read the email. I'm sure it's a solid pitch, and until I know more, I can't disclose. I only haven't read the email because I'm very busy.
Right. No, that's fair. I mean, it's so far away, and who knows if it's going to happen. I assume it's going to happen, but everything else has been canceled, so who the fuck knows? But, yeah, so piping is a cult, people. I don't know if you know that, but it is. And you have your group that you belong to. You could be with the Kool-Aid people, or you could be with the... you could be down in Waco, like Beer Boy Brad, or
piping could be a cult, but that means all organized sports are cults. all people who follow bands to multiple stops on tour are cults. Like,
yeah, I mean, people aren't killing themselves over it, but they do become very obsessed.
Yeah. We'll see after this episode comes out.
We have our own little cult. Not really.
Oh, talking about the Chanaranners?
Yeah.
I would say they're more culty than most groups.
Yeah. Although they all hate each other, so it's brilliant. It's a brilliant cult of, like, the anti-cult cult.
Yeah, but part of being a Chanaranner is as much as you hate everyone, you never hate them more than you hate yourself.
Correct.
Dun, 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 dun.
The more you know.
But always good to hear from Fast Eddie.
Two things I want to say about Fast Eddie. One, I would love to hear from Pipe Major McPatty again someday. Two, this voicemail again gave me another clue as to who this person is.
Oh yeah,
there was a very significant clue in something he said. So I'm on to you, man. I'm figuring this shit out.
You're getting hunted down.
I still can't figure out how this person hides their voice so well that I can't hear any of the actual voice.
You can modulate it. I mean,
it is brilliant because there's a point in this one where he changes. He kind of almost goes to normal for a second. We
did the bit in the video last concert where I like modulated my voice down to try to do like a Morgan Freeman bit.
Right, that's right. Yeah, but sometimes even when you do that, you can still tell who it is if you know that person. You know.
Speaking of cults, the Chanaran Discord, chanaran.com/Discord. It has been the only thing that I've had to turn off notifications on my phone for recently because as much as I love jumping in and chatting with y'all, Jesus Christ.
I thought the same thing about part B of this.
What's going on? What's going on in part B of this?
Which is the dojo now has a Discord for its students, and holy shit!
Oh no!
I can't tell you how quickly.
Where's my fucking invite, you sons of bitches?
Are you a member of the dojo?
Yeah.
Oh, so I can't tell you how quickly I had to find the mute button on fucking notifications. Holy shit!
It's partially my fault because when we were doing the dojo TV trial run, we were doing it on Discord because Doogie was curious about Discord and how it worked.
Right.
And it's a powerful platform. And everyone's like all of a sudden scared because Facebook and Instagram went down for like 6 hours and nobody had anything to do while they were supposed to be working or practicing.
Exactly. Like, oh my God, where am I going to talk shit?
I didn't even find out Facebook was down until like after it was already back up.
Yeah, it happened. So I don't think that's why he did this. He has some other ideas in mind, but the dojo now has Discord. It's for members only, of course, if you have to be a dojo membership. It originally started as just a test, so that might be why it's slowly opening to people.
Also, do you want to know a great way to become a member of the Piper's Dojo, Sco?
I would love to know.
If you go to chanarant.com/suckless, you can get
$1 off.
No. You can get a $1 30-day test drive, premium test drive as well.
Yeah, you get access to everything for 30 days for $1.
I almost said it too until you looked at me that way. Until you gymmed me, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm about to say it wrong, aren't I? I can read your fucking mind, Sco.
You say it wrong every time, so it's just goddamn funny. But that's what makes it. Tom Green made a career of doing the same thing over and over and over again until it became funny.
Yeah, he probably got paid.
Oh, yeah, we don't get paid, but he did. So someday this will turn into something.
Someday this will turn into the piping and drumming Tom Green, which will be watched by dozens of people easily.
It'll be great. So yeah, if you're a dojo member and you listen to us, join the Discord because it is there. I don't know, it's just a little more accessible than Facebook, and it's a little less annoying than Facebook.
It's a good time. Like, I thoroughly enjoy it. It's a bunch of weirdos being weird.
The other thing cool about it, and I didn't know this did this, and Sue Kennedy made this apparent, and I didn't even realize, but if you're on Discord, like one of the channels he has is it posts, we record all our live classes. Mm-hmm. So, and when they hit the site, it posts it automatically to Discord in an audio format. Oh, so you can listen to the classes audio and not have to sit through the video if you don't want to. Like, so Sue was like, oh, I'm on my way home. I'm listening to classes on audio. This is great. Like, I didn't know it did that. Like, Discord does that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so figure out how to do that for our live stream.
Like, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh my God, wait.
The only other thing that I might need you to help figure out is if we end up ever doing any streaming, like gaming streaming, something that would like automatically notify that one of us was on and playing.
To notify the people that are following, you mean?
To notify the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I can. That's not that hard.
Okay.
Are we going to actually do that someday?
I've been doing it. I've been playing Wolfenstein.
Well, like once every couple of weeks you did it.
Yeah. How many weeks have you done it?
Never. But
Okay, so
I'm not saying, I'm not comparing. I'm just saying, like, is it going to become a thing?
Yeah, preferably more for you than me, but...
You want me to stream me sucking at Apex for hours on end?
Yes, as long as you're narrating in an enthusiastic fashion.
I can narrate. Do you put yourself on camera or are you just audio?
No, but we should do camera.
We should, 'cause
So
it's more interesting.
I might send the webcam home with you so you could set yours up with the camera. Because the Xbox app is actually very easy.
Is it? Yeah, I would like to get a camera and just make that.
Yeah,
part
dude,
of it,
take the fucking Nexigo cam and set that shit up and send it.
It's happening.
I'm still editing episodes and doing merch, so that'll be my project for the next 2 months, and you can do some video game stream. You can do the exact same thing you were going to do anyway, but you have to click stream first.
And I just got to figure out how to connect the camera to the Xbox.
Yeah, it's just a USB.
Is that all it is?
That's all it is, baby.
And it's on Twitch?
It's super easy now. Yeah.
Oh, that didn't work out like I hoped.
You shit your pants?
I think I did.
All right. Well, as we all know, at the time in the Chan and Rant podcast where Fusco poops himself, we have to talk about our sponsors. So here's a message from our sponsors.
Pipe band life's not for everyone, and it doesn't always come at the right time. But with the Chanarant podcast at patreon.com/Chanarant, you can be there at the right time for you and your loved ones. It happens to a lot of guys. You're not ready to pipe band as hard as the Chanarant guys do. But with patreon.com/Chanarant, you too can be ready anytime, anywhere.
But so I'm going to wrap up our last email. So this is from Ray, who got his Patreon renewed and sorted out and all that stuff. And he said, great show last week. Thanks for the link. I watched due to video issues, listened to the next day. I can relate to the topic. Hashtag no hope, no future. Hashtag.
So true. No
Good
hope,
on
no
you.
future. We have nothing in the pipeline. Absolutely zero. Then I got drummers that are like, not drummers. One who's like,
wait. Oh, you're gonna jump over. I think
it's a different story.
Oh, it's
same guy,
this is a different story.
Same guy, different story. But it's like, I understand that, like, you know, the concept of if you're not growing, you're dying. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, that's everything in a pipe band. And he's like, but I don't, like, he wants to do all, like, advanced stuff, not advanced for them stuff all the time. Like, we show up to practice, he just dicks around with Tim all day. Like, nobody, I'm like, there's people sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah.
And you're just dicking around. Like, that's why Tim needs to be drum sergeant, so Tim takes control. Like, I can't have that.
Chum to our audience.
Chum,
also, luckily, you got like 3 or 4 weeks to break it to the guy before this episode comes out, so you're good.
It'll be fine. He won't listen. So anyway, let's keep going.
All right. So a funny day in the life.
Yeah. So what brought this to my mind was I thought about I was in New York back a month ago or so, and
to our listeners, only last week.
Yeah, my family. Yeah, it was like last week to the audio listeners. But like a lot of funny shit happens with your family. We all have goofy fucking family. And then what made me think of this was we were at your house yesterday. Was it?
Yep, that was yesterday.
And your parent dynamic is pretty goddamn funny.
My family's like nuts.
The whole family is funny, to be honest.
But we're also like, we're nuts, but we work really well together.
Yeah, no. It's just a funny dynamic, and we all have that, right? But and my family has like crazy, like such an. When you hear this is so typical.
I haven't seen your parents in like 3 years.
You haven't been out here since a concert like.
And
3 years ago.
I fucking adore your folks.
Yeah, they're hysterical, and my father in particular is funny, especially as he gets older. But
especially considering every time we have him out to the concert, he sleeps through it.
Well, he sleeps through everything. So
I'm never spending a fancy movie ticket on your dad because I know he's gonna fall asleep.
No, absolutely not. Like him and I, like that's like one of the things we do. Like when I go home, is we almost always go to the movies. It's usually something that I'm gonna hate because he likes action movies and stuff. So it's like a James Bond or something of that nature.
You don't like James Bond? Are you monster?
Some of them are okay, but some of them are trash, or whatever. But we just go because that's our ritual, you know. So, and he almost always inadvertently falls asleep everywhere we go. Doesn't matter. Like the last time I was home, we went to see the most new Predator movie. Whatever.
Okay.
Right. And and it wasn't good, but I was awake for it, and he was definitely asleep.
Dude, my favorite.
He stays awake long enough to eat popcorn, and then he falls asleep.
I forget when it was, because I remember you did a trip where you were gone for like 2 weeks, and you decided to do a whole like Instagram story series that was just Ralph sleeping.
It was when they came to Vegas because he kept falling asleep everywhere we'd go.
It was fucking hilarious.
We were at the nuclear atomic testing, whatever the fuck it's called, museum.
Yeah,
or whatever.
the atomic testing museum.
He fell asleep there. We were at, oh God, what was the other place? It was like some restaurant or something we went to. It was so funny. It's like, is he a narcolept or whatever the fuck that is? Like, oh my God. So anyway, it's just become a whole thing. Like, so whenever I'm home, I usually try to take pictures of him sleeping. But anyway, so here's a voicemail. It was just a funny voicemail that he sent to my niece's now husband. So I went home for a wedding. My niece got married. And
you guys look sharp as fuck too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole wedding party.
I saw the
that was a
picture.
really
I saw
good
the
choice
picture of you two,
of me,
you and Ralph.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah. So all the wedding party had
that's
the
a
guy
saver.
side.
Get the full quality image of that one. Save that one. That's a saver.
That's a good one. So like we all wore these suspenders. My niece picked all that out. She had a good choice in that. So anyway, this happened back in the Super Bowl time. This was February of this year, I guess. So, but it's just fucking funny. This is my entire life forever. Like when I was growing up, like when you hear what happens here, this is exactly what everybody. It's so goddamn funny. So listen to this.
Hi, Eric. This is Grandpa. I just called to remind you of our Super Bowl party. I think it's a week from tomorrow. About 3 o'clock in the afternoon till whenever. Okay. Bye. What?
Super Bowl don't even start till 8 o'clock at night.
It doesn't?
No.
Oh.
They don't even start playing till like 8 o'clock at night. Please don't invite anybody up here.
We always have somebody over.
No, you don't.
No?
No. And nobody comes at 8 o'clock at night.
So at the end, he has no idea that he's still on the phone, right? So then he calls back. He calls my niece's husband back. Listen to this.
Hi, Eric. This is Ralph. I want you to disregard my last message. Who just told me Super Bowl don't start till 8 o'clock. That is way too late at night for a Super Bowl party. All right, see you soon. Bye.
I fucking love your family. Oh
It's
my
so
God.
goddamn funny. Like my mother yelling in the background is like my entire life. My father agrees to something, and then there's like no, and then everything changes.
It's too dude. You after this show, you have to play that for my significant other because it ain't fucking far off
From her family,
from those folks.
Dude, it's so true. Like everything ever was always my mother like yelling in the background about like no, and
Well,
then everything changes. It's so funny.
Oh fuck, that's amazing. That's awesome.
So I told all my family like, if you get any of these, send them to me all the time. Like, because they're just.
Is that? I mean, are we? Is FCC gonna come after us for that kind of shit? I don't know. Depends.
I don't know. Can they?
Well, it depends on the state, because like here you can't surreptitiously record another person.
Oh, they agreed to allow. I asked them if I could play.
Oh yeah, well then you're golden.
Oh, I absolutely asked. My father doesn't care. It's just goddamn funny. When I heard that, like we were at a like we were hanging out at a barbecue or something, and Eric, my niece's husband, was like, "Hey, you got to listen to this. It's so funny." And I'm like, "Send this to me immediately." And he saved it for like it's been 8 months.
Oh,
9
he
months.
saved it. He saved it intentionally.
He's just like, this is funny.
Solid gold.
They get messages like that all the time. Like, oh dear God, this is the greatest thing ever. So yeah, I'm sure many people can relate to their parents doing things of this nature.
That is fucking awesome.
So if I can get more of those, we'll throw in. I asked Josh to start recording his family.
Ralph's Corner. My family doesn't send me voicemails, man. They're too smart for that shit.
I just mean if you're there, like when they start yelling at each other, just hit record on the fucking phone.
When we're fucking trying to like trying to do the goddamn intro video. And it's like, okay, and like you get that look, and it's like, no. So precisely what I just said. That's what we're after. And then that's when I was like getting on you. I was like, no, just like show them exactly what you want me to do.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, did well for a novice actor.
No, so I guess we could talk about that. But your dad was in one of our videos. Well, not
ours. Yeah, no, it's for your band.
Yeah, so he did the opening scene, and
he played the part of old man doomsday prepper.
Right, and he did brilliant.
Well, it wasn't really acting for him.
I can see where you get your talent.
Like,
so there's a couple things about that. One, he was game, which was amazing. He was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. You want to put, what should I wear? Put a shirt.
He wanted
got a cowboy hat.
He wanted any excuse to hang out in the garage with the boys.
Right. He's like, hey, can we drink now too? So,
like, if
where's the scotch?
If it hadn't been early, he would have been even more game because he would have been like 2 scotches deep, and he was like, fuck yeah.
He would have been out there like fucking cocking guns,
just
and
like
shit.
sitting there like.
No, that was brilliant. Yeah, so he was game for that. Was amazing. So he nailed it in like immediately. But we recorded it 3 times maybe.
Yeah, we did 3 for safety.
And what I liked about it, what was particularly grabbed my attention, is this is a guy who's never done any of this ever before. Maybe
probably not in a million years. Never been in a video. Never done anything.
So sort of by accident. I don't think he did it on purpose, but maybe he did. The second shot, he started to like. The things that we pointed out that we wanted the camera to focus on.
He also, okay, so I will also say this. When you were explaining it, you were talking to me about things to point the camera on, and he thought you were talking to him.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
But it worked out. It worked out
great.
naturally.
Yeah. So, like, what he did was he would, like, look at the thing, and then the camera would go to the thing, and then so I was like, oh, that's great. Do that again. I didn't expect him to do that, but he did it. I'm like, do that again when we recorded the third time. And then he did it exactly the same, which was amazing.
You've learned a lot from me too, where it's like, like do the first run and you just be like, all right, like I want you to do this, this, and this, and like let people run with it a little bit. But I think it was genuinely that he was thinking that when you were explaining it, he was supposed to do that.
Could have been.
Then just tracked it. I mean,
yeah, no, but
I didn't say any corrections because I'm like, I kept telling you, I was like, just tell him what you want him to do because like he'll hit the marks and I'll work around it with the camera.
Sure, yeah, and that was interesting because the third time I was like, oh, do that again. That was brilliant. Yeah, I didn't. That was not planned, but it worked.
The only last thing was like giving more time for me to get around to actually see the TV.
And you did that too. It's like just before you do this thing, wait and give him just another 2 seconds before you do the thing.
But here's what made me proud, audience. Not at all my father's impeccable performance. Not at all my camera work. Fusco directing.
Yeah, you were that's right. Yeah, technically, I guess.
Because usually it's me and you, and I'm directing and running the camera, being like, "Fuck, I need you to do this, this, and this, and this."
Right.
And I saw this when we did the music video shoot too, where it's like you've picked up on a lot of that like aesthetic you want, and you used to be so kind of nervous about like, I know how I want it to look, but I don't know what to say. And now you're like, oh no, do this, this, this. Like you were very articulate in how you were instructing people. And I if you noticed, I hardly said shit.
Yes.
I was working the camera and I was like, all right, like this is your shot, man. Like, what do you want?
Yeah. No, I didn't even notice that, to be honest. But yeah, like
you picked up a lot.
It was just a vision
of you picked up a lot over the years of us doing stupid ass videos.
Correct. Yeah, you learn shit over time. Eventually, even if you're a blockhead, you learn stuff. At least if you're open to
like even
listening.
even if we were talking about like like the focal length of the camera, like some of the frame rate stuff, and I was like showing you, I was like, yeah, here's some of the differences. Here's where it gives us some room, doesn't give us some room, and you were just like, oh yeah. Yeah, director Fusco did a pretty good job. for what's going to be a 15-second show.
Maybe 15 seconds. It might even be 10. Although if we slow it down, it might take more time.
We're gonna. Oh no, 15 was slowed down.
Oh, it was. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
for sure.
We're gonna do it in semi-slow motion. So,
but no, and that's one of the things I really love about. And this is, I mean, not to fucking suck your dick too hard because you're a piece of shit.
That's true.
But yeah, one of the things I really like about the project that is your current band,
right?
Not pipe band, rock band, is you've taken a much more active involvement, and I think that's nice.
By necessity, because the other two guys are very passive, so it just kind of worked out that way.
Welcome to me every time we had to do a concert video.
Correct. Yeah. and they're happy to do, and they listen. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like if they want to, if they're on board, great. But
even in that garage, all we proved is you need one person with technical ability, one person with an idea, and one person with talent, and
Correct.
That was it.
Exactly. And your father was the talent.
He was the talent. You would have never known it.
It's like, and he had like, we couldn't have been any more perfect because he had all the stuff on site that we could have wanted. He had an amazing cowboy hat.
Well, my house is also a doomsday bunker.
Yeah, it is. It looks like a doomsday bunker, which worked out perfect.
Or my childhood home.
I mean, your personal home is not that far off either. If you go into the basement, to be honest, but
don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, man, you had all the guns. You had the gun safe. You had the giant fucking Rambo knives.
Yes. That's actually an authentic World War I medic knife.
Is it really?
Yeah,
that one
yeah. So so the big heavy blade was for chopping.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay,
true story.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it was a cool shoot. It took us all of what, 4 minutes?
Yeah, and we still got bugged 7 times.
Yes. So that was, I guess, the point was what was funny was your parents, your mom and your dad's dynamic when we were starting to do this was funny, and it just jumped out at me like, oh my god, everybody's parents are funny because they're just so off the wall, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but
I couldn't tell you, man. Like if I was with the same person for fucking 30 years or something, who knows what state of mind I'm going to be in.
Correct. Yeah. These are the kind of people that got married when they were 20 and they're now 70 or whatever, roughly.
Or the people who get married when one's 40.
The other was 20ish or 25?
Other was probably 38, 35.
Oh, that's right.
They're only like 15, 18. Well, Angus is 4th.
Oh my god. That's right. He's it gives me more respect for that, man. But I love so here's one.
Hey, we're still holding out hope. His 5th wife may be the one.
Here's the funny part of the direction I gave him. I was like, all right, so when you walk through the garage, I said, just like
shuffle. A hobble.
I said, and I did it for him. I was like, just shuffle like you're an old man. He's like, that's exactly how I walk anyway.
That's the only way he walks. Yeah.
And that's exactly what it did. I was like, this is so perfect.
He's got 1.5 knee replacements. That's the only way he walks.
He was like that guy in like 10 Cloverfield Lane or whatever. Like,
100%.
It was so close to that. So check the new video on October 20th from Shadow the Moon. ShadowTheMoonBand.com. That's when I need it from you.
Oh, okay.
So that I can prep it for
tomorrow. I got plenty of time.
Well, I've built in leeway because I know everybody's going to be late. I want the website by tomorrow. I need the video by tomorrow.
Well, my plan was skip the concert tonight because I'm,
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't really want to go. 2, I have a lazy day tomorrow. What am I doing? I have a lazy day tomorrow. All I have to do is yard work and computer work. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna and I got the links that you sent me. Brilliant. This is all super interesting to our audio audience, I'm sure.
It'll make sense like in a year. It'll all come together.
Man, I don't have. I've got more stuff on the notes, but nothing that's really going to be that entertaining to the audience. The only thing that I wanted to question you about, while I have you here, is Ren Fair, Chanarant field recording from Ren Fair.
What is the question?
Are you game? I can make a good show.
Let's consider the history of every on-site thing we've ever done.
The only good one was the San Diego one, which is the same format I want to use.
Was it really that good, though?
It was a great fucking show.
Who are we going to get at Ren Fair that's going to be interesting to talk to? Man on the street style.
Well, we don't have to do a ton of man on the street. I mean, if trust me, you and I can knock out 45 minutes easy. But you do have to come.
That is the problem. So, one, I hate Ren Fair. Two,
True.
parking getting into it is a nightmare.
Fucking Uber and charge it to the card. Done.
Well, I mean, I don't mind parking a mile. I don't mind walking or whatever, but it's just like, I just got to deal with all this.
Let's go.
It's such a nightmare. Can you get me in for free? Because I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, charge it.
No, I mean, not even to the Chanarant. I mean, can we put it on the fucking... I'm a volunteer or some shit.
We may have extra passes, but I would just say charge it for safety.
I could do that, I suppose. I just fucking hate Ren Fair. So what are we going to do? Like, I mean, I'm not...
We're going to walk around for approximately...
We got to do something.
We're going to walk around for approximately 45 minutes talking about the Ren Fair.
Let's do some... If we could do some bits, I don't know.
We don't have to do bits because it's going to be audio only. I don't have the bandwidth
Well, that's what I mean, like
yeah.
audio bits. But it's next weekend. It's a week from today.
It's a week from today. Actually, it technically is a week from yesterday because Friday's a thing. But
I mean,
Saturday's the good day.
I mean, I suppose I could be talking.
Saturday evening is the good day.
Saturday evening looks free currently.
So Saturday evening, we get your happy ass out there. I'm going to be there anyway because I have to work a booth for 3 days straight. We walk around for an hour and a half. Do field recording. Boom. Episode. Done.
Have we ever done it from the Ren Fair before?
Yes, we had an attempt.
It didn't work out.
No, I think it was a good episode. Because we had more... We filled in with a lot of the music that was playing.
I remember we recorded MLK and shit. We did something with her or
but
something.
the big thing is we got to do field recording setup, not try to bring everything out in live stream. And we can't be everything to everyone. We have to literally have me
Audio
with the
only
Zoom, with the mic and earbuds.
And just talk through the fucker.
And then we
I
just...
suppose I could be talked. I guess I could do it. I don't love the idea, but I guess I could be there. Because I'm a professional.
You're a professional, so you're going to bitch about it until you do it. Is that the bit?
But I'll be there.
Okay, so Ren Fair episode coming in January.
Yeah, we're only 3 weeks behind, I think, roughly. So we're getting close.
So Sco,
Yeah.
we're getting to that point. Final thoughts.
Are we in final thoughts already?
Yeah, we kind of went around the horn. Oh wait, no, we didn't tell.
We have some significant things.
We didn't
here.
tell the story.
Yeah, there's a big story.
Not
here.
that story, but the mask story.
The mask story. Yeah.
We don't have to get into necessarily the Josh and Andy show story yet, but we could, depending on how long the mask story lasts.
Yeah. What are we at right now total?
Hour 17.
Let's do the mask story, and then we'll
Start with the mask story because I wasn't here for this.
Get the fuck out. So, as you guys all know, things have been building to a point where I lose my shit and murder the entire planet. As you heard last week. However, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, what else could possibly go wrong, right? So, people aren't showing up to practice. This was one of the things we added 2 practices in October. So instead of 4, we have 6. And somebody told me we should make these mandatory. And I thought, okay, I can put that out. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to be well, I have to work, so I can't come. So what is the point of being mandatory?
I had that same conversation not that long ago.
Right. So I highly encourage people to come. This is the point of our extra practices. So anyway, Thursday shows up. We had practice on Tuesday, practice on Thursday. Thursday shows up. Oh, no, this was Tuesday. Sorry. It was very small practice. It was myself, one other piper, 3 snares and a tenor, I believe, if I remember correctly. As soon as I walk in, 7 o'clock, walk in the door, one of the drummers comes up to me, I'm literally putting my stuff down, runs right up to me and says, "Hey man, I need to talk to you about something." And I didn't look at him, but my fucking face just dropped. I'm like, oh, here's another problem. Here we go. I'm like, what could this possibly be? He's like, hey, I don't know what the plan is, but if they're going to make us wear masks for the concert, I'm not going to wear a mask. This is our lead tip, right? And literally, like, I'm putting my stuff down, and I just like sort of like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, this is October, 3 days ago? October 8th, 5th, 7th? I don't know what the fuck. We've known about the concert since June, right? So, and I just sort of pause, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm not, like, this is all bullshit. I'm not gonna wear a mask. And I turn, slowly, and I say, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not gonna wear, like, this is the last straw. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's October 7th.
This is the green M&Ms in a glass scenario.
Yeah. He's like, no, like, this is all bullshit. I don't, like, I told you, like, remember we did that, he said something about, we did this contest like a year ago. This is the Joe Brady contest we did where we recorded video. We had the drummers wear masks, and he's like, he told me after the fact, he's like, I won't do that ever again. I'm like, that was a fucking year ago, for one. Two, we've been planning this forever, and now you're going to tell me this? Like, the government, it's a government building. We have no choice. Like, if that's the rules, we're following the rules. He's like, well, I won't do it. I'm like, you realize you're fucking everybody in the band right now, right? By telling me this right now. It's like, I'm this close to canceling this shit anyway, and you're telling me this now? And Tim Chum is right on this other shoulder, like, just he's just jamming, doing nothing.
Nice angel on the shoulder.
Yeah, he's just over there, just sort of like listening, and Tim's like full, like, vaccinated, masked, doesn't give a fuck. He just does what he's supposed to do, right? I'm like, this is the wrong time to be telling me this, man. I said, like, you're gonna fuck. He's like, well, okay, well, what if I come to the concert and if they enforce it, then I just leave? I'm like, well, you're fucking Tim. You're fucking all of us, but also Tim. Like, now Tim's put in the lead position, which he's not prepared for. Like, what are you talking about? This is unacceptable. He's like, well, I just think this is all, like, okay, let's take politics out of it. Like, all right, who cares about the politics? Who cares about, like, the rules are the rules. No matter what happens, we have to put on a show. If we walk into a building that requires us to wear masks, we are going to follow the rules. Whether you believe in it or not, I don't give a fuck.
We paid for the building.
I don't necessarily
We got money
agree.
out.
I don't necessarily agree. We've paid for this building.
We got money out on the building.
Like, I'm not a political guy. I don't really care about masks one way or the other. But I'm going to follow the fucking rules because that's the goddamn rules. Like, why do we have to throw a wrench into everything we fucking do? Like, why are some people like this where it's like everything's got to be a problem? Like, so... And this is coming back to the story of what we were talking about earlier, is like, I got red in the face, like, visually angry. I'm like, dude, this is unacceptable. You could have told me this 3 months ago. We're on the hook for however much we put out for the show right now, and you're telling me my lead drummer won't be there or is willing to take the chance that he gets thrown out because he's unwilling to wear a mask. That is unacceptable. And he's like, and as soon as I, like, got angry about it, like, he backed off. Like, he chilled out a little bit. He's like, and this went around for a good 15 minutes, but he said, well, eventually he said, well, what if I wear a faux mask? I'm like, I don't know what a faux mask is. What is a faux mask? He's like, it's this, like, clear thing that kind of sits in front of your face, but it doesn't close on. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's a fucking mask, dude. Like, nobody's restricting the style of mask you wear. You got to put something in front of your face so everybody just fucking follows the rules. I don't give a fuck what you wear. He's like, it's just a clear thing. It's, if I was to do this,
you could wear a fucking scream mask as long as you play drums good. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you could wear a goddamn welder's mask. I don't give a fuck what you wear. Like, the rules are when we're backstage, you got to put a mask on. Like, yeah, they might not enforce it, and if you have it off and they come around and say put it on,
put it fucking on.
Put it fucking on. Like, otherwise, we're gonna be super pissed. Like, this is gonna be a major problem for us, for me, for everybody. Like, I'll fucking burn this motherfucker down. Like, there's going to be problems if this becomes a problem. So he eventually agreed to wear a faux mask. But here's the thing. Like,
do people not realize that a face shield is also a mask?
Yeah,
right?
like you go to the grocery store, people wear that clear plastic thing in front of their face. Like, that counts.
That's a mask.
You don't have to have this thing, like, covering your face like a goddamn face hugger. Like,
when I'm sanding and grinding, I have a fucking plastic shield in front of my whole fucking face.
Yeah, like, it's okay to do that. I'm okay with that. If that's what makes you happy.
What is your definition of a mask, man? Like,
He was talking about like
a thing that covers
thing.
A thing that covers your face is a fucking mask.
I assume he was talking about the medical thing, or like the ones that are tight on your face. He's like,
the ones that have been
he's
killing.
Like, I won't be. I don't want to be
the
not
ones
able
that
to
have
breathe
been the ones that have been suffocating surgeons for years,
for 100 years. Like all these, medical people. It's like I just don't want to not be able to breathe right. I'm like,
you play a drum, cunt.
Like so at one point I'm like standing there. I sit down and I just like I do this. Like I'm like, what else could possibly happen at this point? We have people not showing up to practice. We have people not learning sets. We have people not willing to wear masks. We have extra practices that people are saying no to. They're changing their stances at last minute.
You're like, looking at this. Here's how you're looking at this, right? Like, in my opinion, mind you, we have this event that we have to do, and fucking exclude the event from the situation, right? Because it's obviously a systemic problem.
It's gonna be an issue in the future if this keeps going on.
It's obviously a systemic problem. So look at the systemic problem as, okay, I got people who will look for any fucking excuse not to learn and play their music.
I don't think that's his particular thing, but I know what you're saying, but I don't think that's his.
Man, when was the last time that my political affiliation stopped me from practicing bagpipes?
Never, as far as I know.
You get a lot of people who look for the easiest excuse to not do the homework. That's all it is. I know it doesn't seem like that to you right now.
I don't think it is, because he already knows everything. There's nothing he has to learn. He knows everything.
Fucking shit. I've been at practices.
Dude, you're way reading it wrong. He knows everything. You're reading it wrong. He's just making a statement. He's like, mask looks stupid. I don't want to wear one. Because he's trying to make a point about this is stupid.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Guess what? Glenn Gary's look stupid. We still have to wear them.
And he fucking fights me on every part of the uniform, too. He's like,
so
constantly. All right, then we don't have a band. Like, this is the kind of shit we deal with.
We already don't have a fucking band, bro. I hate to be the one to break it. Like, don't get me wrong. Do I think we're going to pull this concert off in the way that we've done it for the past 3 times we've done the concert? It's going to be a lot of us fucking bleeding and sweating.
What? A few of us bleeding and sweating, you mean?
Well, I mean, a lot of people in this room.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, at the end of the day, like, fuck, man. Like, you got to be willing to shoot the fucking... You got to be willing to shoot the goddamn elephant to get out of the cage. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean...
What are the rules of the band?
You gotta... It's relatively simple. You gotta know the music that we ask you to know. You have to practice so that you are above competency level. Not like grade 1, like above grade 4 competency level. Like attempt to shoot for that. And you have to look good in your uniform. Essentially, you have to represent the culture positively.
Which means you also have to have it and bring it.
That too. You have to represent the culture positively by looking good and sounding good, essentially, to keep it simple.
Okay.
But, yes. So, what's not required is to be a thorn in the side of the pipe major at every possible angle. Like, oh, I lost my hose. Oh, I don't have a hat. Oh, I forgot my drum. Oh, I didn't bring my practice chair.
You are going to have to determine internally to yourself as a pipe major what ratio of talent to pain in the ass you're willing to deal with.
Correct. Yes.
Because there's no doubt that this person has talent.
It's more than talent, because I don't like the word talent, but he has absolute ability. Like a ton of ability.
Okay, so there's no doubt this person has ability.
So sometimes people with ability know they can get away with a little bit more, and he's like a 3-year-old testing his boundaries. I could tell is what he's doing. He's like, what can I get away with here? You're not going to get away with much. You're going to be wearing a uniform, or we all get fucked. You're going to be playing
it's not even
the
that.
drum.
It's going to be you're going to be wearing the uniform correctly. And if the fucking venue says you have to have a mask, you're going to wear a fucking mask. And if not, you're going to fucking leave.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you dick everyone by getting kicked out of the concert for something so trivial, Hit the bricks, kid.
I'm going to make it incredibly well known that you did this to us.
That's not even that. Hit the fucking bricks. I'll take your kilt.
Well, yeah, but like, what? So what? What if he just doesn't care? I mean, I don't know about this guy. He probably would care if I pushed him to that point. But people are testing their limits. It's like children.
Well, you have to keep in mind,
their
right? Okay, so Sco, let me present a hypothetical.
Sure.
If I was a person who was more talented than I am personally, and I pushed these lines as often as you've been getting from people who are talented and also not talented across the board.
Yeah,
or, I'm sorry, people with ability.
It's been everybody
across the board.
Yeah.
What would you do? Like if I was honestly, like, hey, you know what? I can't be caught wearing a sporran. Sporrans look weird.
Oh, you think I haven't gotten that? The same person said the same thing. But like, why do I need a sporran? Sporrans are dumb.
But like, what would you do? What would you do? Right? Like, I can tell you what I would do. Immediately, I'm like, all right, then you're not in the fucking band. Later. Hit the bricks, kid.
Right. And then you get an email from a parent of a kid. It's like, no wonder everybody's leaving.
I don't give a shit. Like, call bluffs.
Like, it's a fucking nightmare, dude. It's an absolute goddamn nightmare.
I don't want to be in your position.
Of individual, and everybody's different. Everybody has their little difference to the thing that they're giving you shit about.
Here's what I can tell you growing up around here. If you call people's bluffs, they'll stop bluffing.
Yes, but I learned this a little bit with this person. Like, once I got pissed and was like pushed back, he kind of backed off. But he was trying to find his way.
Backing off is not enough.
I need you to toe the line. However, like, this is where I get people telling me I'm a dick because I'm asking people to toe the line. Like, these are the rules.
Who gives a fuck? When was the last time you gave a fuck about someone telling you you were a dick?
When I'm trying to maintain a band, it always matters. Like, I might pretend, but it matters to me. Like, I don't want to be a dick, but you people force me to do this. Like, I say this fairly often. Like, I didn't make my opinion of you. You made your opinion for me. Like, I'm not like out to get anybody. I have nothing against anybody. I don't care what, who, where, what, how. I want people in the band that are pretty good that make us like successful. And then like, what is the advantage to me? Am I paid to do this job? No. Is there any benefit to me for us being like good versus bad other than my ego?
Well, that's the only reason you do it.
No, I do it because I have a dedication to wanting to be better at something. From solo and or band perspective, I want the group to be better because that reflects on me. I want to be better personally because that's what I want to do. I just have that instilled in me, like, for whatever reason. I don't know why. It just is what it is. Some people don't have that, right? Obviously. You okay?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
That went down the wrong pipe?
I didn't drink anything.
Oh. So that's the thing. Like, I often think about this when people give me a hard time. Like, well, why am I putting up with this? One, and two,
you willing to quit?
Let's
run through some rational outcomes, right?
Okay.
Are you gonna quit?
Me? Probably not.
Okay. So why?
Why?
Don't vamp.
No, I gotta honestly think about that.
Look internally.
Because I care about this. I care about the image and or successful.
You don't care about the image.
I do. I absolutely do.
You care about sound, maybe.
Well, yeah. But I mean the image of bagpipes as a whole, like whatever you want to call it, the sound. But I don't mean the physical image, not
perception.
The perception. Yeah, there you go. I care about the perception of bagpipes.
Images fucking doing sea shanties on TikTok.
Yeah, no.
I care about the perception.
The perception of bagpipes as a whole, especially in Las Vegas, because this is where I live. And I care about like producing a positive example of what bagpipes are to a community that doesn't know any better. And if that's all I can do, like if I can get that started, like we're never going to be a grade 1 band. We're never going to like change the world. I don't want to do any of that. I want Vegas to have a band that can that can proudly represent what the bagpipe is capable of. That's it. Like, it doesn't have to be fucking genius. It just has to be
good,
decent. Like,
that's all.
Competent is the word. Like,
competent is fine. Competent is a good word to use, right? Because it's assuming that you're hitting Several things.
Several bare minimums.
Tone, blow, don't be a cunt when you're talking to people, and also, preferably play a simple tune well. Mm-hmm. That's fair. All right, so compound on that. What's the point of the concert?
Well, the intent of the concert is it's like community outreach. Like, okay, we are here, we exist.
There's no community. I'm not saying the intent. What's the point?
Can you ask?
Intent, like I intend.
Well,
to,
I'll tell you why I created is why I say that.
I intend to cut down on carbs. But what's the point? The point of me cutting down on carbs is to not be a chunky fuck.
Okay, sure. So it's the same thing. It's showing the Vegas community of whoever attends this thing, that wants to attend this thing, that bagpipes aren't bad. Like, it can be good. Like, you can change people's opinion of what a bagpipe is by putting on a good show, and that it's a fun community to belong to. Like, whether it's dance or pipes or
that's the
whatever.
Craziest thing to me is how hard of a sell that is, which I have so thoroughly enjoyed being part of this kind of a community. Like, people are like, oh, bagpipers and dancers, and oh man, I gotta practice. I'm like, yeah, but like if you practice and you play like parade tunes well, it's so much fun. You get to do all this other crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of doors that open from that.
You could be hoisted down at a James Bond career.
Correct.
You weren't playing a fucking grade 1 medley when you did that.
No, I don't remember what I played, but probably Scott and the Brave most likely.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm assuming you were hoisted down at a James Bond premiere playing Scott and the fucking Brave. But you can't fuck up Scott and the Brave.
Correct.
Or
hey, if you're hanging 100 feet
the
above
fucking 3/4, you know who I'm talking to.
Well, there's that too. But yeah, man. I don't know. Like, obviously, I make my living from this. I do now. I didn't start off that way, obviously. But like, so there's some financial motivation, but not to the band. I have very little financial tie into the band whatsoever. Like, the concert happens, and it's a shit ton of hours with absolutely pure volunteerism, which is okay. I chose that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's
Same
what it is.
thing I do for my events.
I choose to be part of this. When that becomes a problem is when some people put in so much effort and others put in very little. When all you've got the only thing you got to do is learn the music and play it reasonably well. I'm asking you to do nothing else. I've taken everything out of everyone's hands.
Half the music,
other than learning the music.
Half the music you were supposed to already know.
Correct. Yeah, there's that too. But not a single person in the band, other than you and me, that plays pipes or drums is in any way tied to putting on the concert at this stage. Is that correct?
Not currently.
Yeah, it used to be. I took everything out of their hands so that all they had to focus on was becoming a better piper or drummer, whatever it is.
But is that a symbol of success or failure? And I have thoughts on this, but I want you to expunge first. On this 2-hour episode.
You might have to ask the question, but like, in what way? Is it a failure? In what way?
Is the stress that you're feeling now...
Oh.
Because you think that you took on so much responsibility at the failure, or
that part doesn't bother me.
I'm not even going to say. I'm going to say potential failure of the event is your fault. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're at fault somehow here?
Yes, but always.
Can we skip to my part?
Sure.
You are not at fault whatsoever. I've been an event organizer for a decade. You didn't fuck this up at all. Because I remember when we had the conversations about you being Grand Poobah,
mm-hmm.
and like, I'm going to be the pipe major, I'm going to be the president, all that kind of shit. I was like, no, like you and your team on the board did everything right. The problem is you were selling a show with a band.
It didn't exist.
Without a band.
Right.
Like,
but that was a decision I made. Like, should we go ahead with? I could have decided back in June, like, nah, it's just not going to happen. Like, if I had the foresight to determine I go in a little too hopeful. I go in a little hopeful, like, all right, maybe even though every year previous nobody's ever pulled it off, but I'm gonna hope this year that they actually.
I'm sold. I'm sold on this move. Like, trust me, if I thought you were totally fucking up, I would have told you.
Right.
I had to step out to do other things, but the big thing for me is like, man, like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fucking do the Chanarant way.
Well, we decided this,
and we're gonna send it.
We decided this on Thursday. Like, well, we're gonna do it anyway, and it's gonna become the Josh and Andy show. And
Josh and Andy and all their friends of the Chanarant podcast, and we're gonna send it, and we're gonna put on a great fucking show because the people who live here deserve it.
I think we deserve
and the people,
it. We deserve to put on a good show and feel good about putting on a good show.
And the people who don't fuck to save their own species or decided they'd rather stay home than wear a mask, guess what, man? Show's happening.
They're gonna wallow in their own thing, whatever. I mean, I guess what are you gonna do? But the ironic thing, I guess, about the Josh and Andy show and why nobody gets what I meant by that. They're all like, apparently they haven't heard the story, but like. God, 2 years ago, 3 years ago now, 4 years ago?
Easily.
We were accused of, like...
turning the concert into it.
One of the, I don't remember, president or whoever it was, somebody did like a survey with the band, like, how do you feel about the band, blah, 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 all this stuff. And one of the complaints that came through was that it turns into the Josh and Andy show. And I don't know if they were referring to the concert, but I think they were just saying this in general. I don't remember specifically. It was a while ago now. And like, I was like super pissed. You were super pissed. Like,
I was livid.
I
almost quit the band.
How dare you? Because is anybody doing more than us to drag you fuckers into making anything happen whatsoever? No. If you are one person that's doing more than us and then's like, well, I'm not included. Okay,
it's
you have an argument.
It's not doing more than us. Everyone was always invited. We used to do call outs. We would do like
who can sing? Who wants to sing in this thing?
We would do
who
like the
intro,
even stuff for like the intro videos, and we'd be like, "Hey, like
we're filming this. We want to do this.
We need people."
Nope, nothing.
This is the origin of the panda syndrome,
right? So that's what set me off and that's why I made that joke about the Josh and A show. We're gonna do it because that's what we do.
Because the community deserves a show,
And quite honestly, we deserve a place to perform for all the hard work we put in. Like, we do all this work, and then what do you want to do? Sit in your bedroom and play for yourself? Like, no. Like,
I like playing with myself, but I definitely don't like playing for myself.
We're supposed to spread the joy of bagpipes all over everybody's face. That's what I want to do.
Is that why you put that mirror on the ceiling?
Hey, it helps me get to where I need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just one of those things. And you know, you also get into situations where it's like, where are they now? The people who used to give us shit for trying to tyrant.
Right. It's like
people not practicing and not showing up. I mean, we have done over the years. We've done so many calls for bits of like, hey, like, what's a thing that what gets your dick hard when it comes to music for a concert? Send me anything. Like, we helped out. Back in the day, we used to have way more bits.
Oh, we did so much back in the day.
Because we had people who were musicians that were interested in doing them.
People are willing to participate because it was fun.
Yeah. But it's also like, fucking A, man. Like, we're scraping. We're going to do goddamn On the Road to Passchendaele. That's a terrible song.
Well, it's not bad. But we've done it before. We just never recorded it, so nobody knows we did it before. That's why I want to do it again, because nobody knows we did it before.
I didn't even know we did it before.
And it's something we could pull off really quickly where I need to kill time with a piper that's related to our band. So if more than this is our show, so we should be the biggest.
We should play
the most time. Let's put it that way. So if the Scottish or Irish dancers are putting on more time than us, that's a fucking problem. Like, this is our show, right? It's not like it needs to be slightly more of us. So if that requires me to do a quick little solo with this little thing, and we do this little Passchendaele thing because we've done it before and I can pull it together quick, like the things we've done in the past.
Well, we pulled together in about 60 seconds before the broadcast.
It took us all of 10 seconds, right? Like, so that means we can pull it off. Like, all right, then I guess that's what we got to do, because nobody's willing to help. Nobody's offering any
But I also love, like, when we talk about bits like that, even at practices, people are like, oh, like, who's going to play guitar? Who's going to play bass? Or who's going to do this? Like, other musicians. We know
We know people.
We know a lot of musicians that we can count on more than y'all.
Which is insanity. We've had offers from people outside of our area who are like, hey, man, I heard the show. Like, can we help out? Like, we'll come down and play. I can probably get a few people together.
Come on down.
Like, I was like,
I'm just excited to have a shindig where we get to hang out with some of these folks.
Well, that's important too, of course. But I'm just like shocked. Like,
Pipe
hey,
band
I'm willing to help.
community.
We could get a few people together to like just. I don't need huge numbers. I just need a couple. I just need to bolster so it's not a shit show.
But also, pipe band community is like the most awesome community because you'll say something like, "Fuck, I saw 3 pipers last practice," and people are like, "All right, I'll fly from the East Coast," and we're like, "Fuck yes!" Like,
yes,
that's
we had one of those.
That's the importance of having a crew and goodwill.
We did have one guy from the East Coast who did offer. He's like, "Hey, what's the details? Like, I might be able to make this happen." Like, I
also think that'd be good. I think that'd be good for our local community, not just like people in our band, but for our community as a whole to see kind of that. Hey, here's all the people from different places that like care about this instrument. It's good advertisement for them. Like, yeah, these are our homies. These are people we haven't got to see in 2 fucking years. There's
I've never
there.
met in person at all. Was one of these people that offered. JD.
Oh,
have you met him in person? I've never met him in person.
Wait, JD, have I ever met you in person?
I don't think you have. We've never been anywhere.
Maybe we just FaceTimed.
He's like, hey, what are the details? I might be able to come out.
But yeah, Sko, so is that your final thought? Because that was where I opened that bit.
Yeah, I mean that was what I wanted to talk about.
I would like to say,
I guess we're going to do it ourselves.
That is,
as the great Denzel Washington once said in whatever that movie was, where he's a bad cop. I'm doing it any motherfucking way. I'm King Kong in this bitch.
Yeah, that's fair. That's even better than my Thanos bit. That was gonna be like, fine.
It's a way better movie. Marvel is shit.
I'll do it myself.
Exactly correct. So, anyway. Yeah.
And with that, we snap. All right, Channel Rainers. Well, I got to say, I appreciate you guys watching us workshop material. Please follow along, become a patron at Channel Rain on all social media platforms. And patreon.com/ChannelRant.
/Suckless? No.
Plays out. I've hit record. All right. So this is what Road to Passchendaele, pipe and guitar arrangement by Andrew, Victoria, Josephine Fusco, and Eric Pileski, featuring Josh McKecker.
Corrected by Josh McKecker.
Featuring Josh McKecker.
Come in on the C, the third note.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the count of 3, and then I'll start. 1, 2, 3. Nope, wrong part. First verse.
That's not a C.
No, I'm playing a C. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Do you want to do one where you don't choke like right out of the gate? Is that a?
That'd be great. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm nervous. I blew harder. See what happens when you get nervous?
God, we blow so hard on this show.
All right, here we go. Let me move this down. All right, 1, 2,